The playoffs are here, and you can predict the action all the way to the finals with FanDuel Predicts. Predict the spread, the total points, and even the game-winning moments that make the playoffs. Sign up and get a $25 bonus with FanDuel Predicts.
Offered by FanDuel Prediction Markets, LLC, a registered futures commission merchant. 18 plus bonus is non-withdrawable and expires 7 days after receipt. Trading derivatives involves significant risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Manage your activity with their consumer protection tools. Restrictions apply. See terms at FanDuel.com/predicts/bonus-offer-terms.
Katz and Cosby
On the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Breaking news, WABC.
Well, there's a lot of breaking news. The governor has signed the agreement in Albany, Governor Hochul. And in the studio with us, we have Judge Richard Weinberg, New York State GOP Chairman. We have Ed Cox. And we have Governor David Paterson. And what's a better time than now to discuss what's in that budget? We all live in New York City. So tell us, who's going to start? Ed Cox, you're the chairman.
It's a record budget, $269 billion, and has gone up over the last 5 years of Hochul's reign as governor at twice the rate of inflation. That's why it's
well, I know that the real estate industry.
This is a budget we cannot afford.
The real estate industry is up in arms.
Yeah, the second home tax too.
And the Pierre de Terre tax. The real estate industry is up in arms. There was another thing that he did today with sanctuary cities.
Yeah, this is the biggie. Let's do breaking news on that.
Breaking news, WABC.
And joining us now on Katz and Cosby, we'll have in a few moments Laura Trump on this and a whole bunch more. She had a big interview with her father-in-law, President Trump. But first off, John, as you were talking about, with what's going on with Kathy Hochul, the sanctuary city law that she just passed, John, I couldn't believe it. She is taking aim at federal agents big time, saying, first of all, there should be no cooperation essentially between local and federal agents. That's obviously stepping in. And she's also saying, Ed, that the Trump administration, she said, has overreached. They've basically harassed so much the streets of New York. That's the word she used. And then the other thing, this to me was really even just as troubling. She came out and she essentially said that there will be no masks on federal agents in New York State. And if somebody has a problem with that, then guess what? You'll have to report it to the Attorney General of the United States.
And a federal judge will have a problem with that.
Wait, let's tell the truth. Is she playing the violin to her own people on something that's never going to pass?
Well, that's the big question, John. What do you think, Judge? Yeah, Judge.
Three lawyers.
Right. So let's start with Judge Weinberg, who wants to talk.
Thank you. Let's back up. It's passed. It's signed. It's the law.
No,
exactly.
No, you're not getting me. You're not getting me. I'm saying is something that's not going to hold up.
Oh.
Is it going to hold up?
Oh, it's not going to.
Or is she just playing the violin to her voices?
Okay, the short answer is it will not hold up a constitutional challenge. There's something called the Supremacy Clause of the United States. The state governments cannot control federal law enforcement. The idea of putting a mask is absolutely ridiculous. She's turning it over. She's going to have the state attorney general enforce against federal officers. They'll throw that out. That's perfectly ridiculous. Also, this bill also created a cause of action so that people who feel they've been victimized under this new law can sue federal officers. So now it becomes a cottage industry for lawyers to try to chase down officials of ICE and other federal law enforcement.
What is the truth is?
The truth is that bad law never should have passed.
And it's not going to hold up.
It should never hold up. You're absolutely right.
But she's playing the violin to her supporters.
Exactly right, John.
But now I have a question.
Patterson.
Hey, Governor, I have a question on this. This is all about no masks on federal law enforcement. What is the deal with no masks on the protesters? Right? I mean, I'm sorry. Am I missing something here? They're ready to report law enforcement for wearing a mask. But what about no masks on protesters? I didn't hear her talk about that.
That's probably one that would be actually constitutional.
Right. Isn't that an interesting? I mean, it's an interesting paradox. Go ahead, Gov.
Well, I think that in a situation like this, I was really surprised that they want to go as far as they're going, because it's pretty much understood that the state government doesn't doesn't succeed the federal government in these types of actions. And back many years ago in the 60s, when the southern states were rebelling against the Union and President Johnson, they went right ahead and passed the civil rights legislation. The southern states tried to shut it down. It didn't work. And it won't work here.
Exactly right, Governor.
Yeah, frightening situation. Now, the other big story, you guys were waiting to hear what President Trump says from the Situation Room. He's been meeting all day with his National Security Council.
Is he there now?
He's still meeting, and we have not heard yet if he has agreed. We're hearing some of the tenets of it.
Breaking news, you know who hears about it first?
We do.
On WABC, our listeners always hear it first.
Absolutely.
And Worldwide News Network that we subscribe to.
Yeah, and that we're the helm of. Right? We're the helm of it, not just subscribing to it. We're the helm.
Just because we own it.
Minor detail.
Too, right?
Yeah.
But look, this is for the whole world, and it's syndicated, so we can't say it's the WABC network.
Right. We'll just say it's for the whole world. Helm
We
here.
also have another special guest in the studio.
By the way, do we ever?
On Sunday is the Israeli Day Parade. Now, he's been chairman, he's been the grand marshal, he's funded the place all the time. And we have Harley Lippman, who our kids went to school together at Hewitt, was it? And he's going to tell us about the Israeli Day Parade that's going to march up Fifth Avenue on Sunday. Harley Lippman in the studio live with us. Give us a report.
Okay. Thank you, John. Thank you for having me here, and greetings to everyone. This is the biggest expression of pride and support for Israel outside of Israel throughout the world. It's not a political event. It's at a particularly poignant moment of extreme anti-Semitism in the United States and around the world, where Jews are being attacked and feel very threatened. And it's, of course, profoundly disappointing that the mayor has decided not to march in the Israel Day Parade. He made a comment that it's because he's against the policies of the Israeli government, but that's not correct. That's a lie, because many mayors have marched that didn't agree with the policies of the Israeli government. He doesn't agree that there should be an Israeli government is a real reason why he's not marching, because he doesn't believe the Jewish people have a right to their own homeland in the Middle East.
Whatever your thing, it could be anything. Canva helps you make that thing a thing. Canva is a simple online tool thing. It's a way to design with our magic AI tool things. You can social media your thing, generate images or videos of your thing, make decks for presentations to show your thing. Whatever needs to be done for your thing, Canva can make it an even better and bigger thing. Canva, the thing that makes anything a thing.
Harley, just a friend of mine, a Puerto Rican friend of mine, I just got a report from before.
Yes, who was saying that he's not marching in the Puerto Rican Day Parade and doesn't want to participate in
that. From anybody?
Right, which is bizarre on that one.
Well, I'll give you the exact, hold on, the exact things. Rita, you're a better reader than me. What does he exactly say?
Well, here's what the friend says, that Mayor Mandani is not opening up Gracie Mansion for the Puerto Rican celebration that's been celebrated for over 30 years. The Puerto Rican Bar Association, NYPD, Hispanic Society, and others are organizing one. So, in other words, he's, for some reason, I wonder, Harley, I'm just going to say it. I mean, is it because he's not going to the Israel so he can say, well, I didn't go to the Puerto Rican Day one, too. I mean, it's a little odd.
He's making a lot of friends this way.
Yeah, he's making a lot of friends
this way.
No, I
don't understand it. I was on Fox Business this morning, and you know what I said? The mayor of the city of New York should be putting all the people together. I don't care if you're Asian. I don't care if you're Hispanic. I don't care if you're Martian. You should put people together instead of breaking them apart. What do you say, Harley?
It goes without saying. He's not a unifying mayor. He's a divisive mayor. I mean, just think, if I have my information correct, that his wife was supporting what happened on October 7th in Israel.
Yeah,
she made statements to that effect.
She made statements, she liked tweets, and then when he was asked about it, he said she's a, quote, private citizen. He wouldn't even say this is despicable.
But let's be clear as to what that actually is. On October 7th, young Jewish women were raped in a way where Hamas was instructed to prolong the pain physical as much as possible. So they weren't only gang raped. As it was happening, they were being stabbed repeatedly by small knives to inflict pain as long as possible. Grandparents in wheelchairs were set on fire in front of their children and grandchildren. Not even Nazi Germany did that.
It's horrific.
I'm not minimizing the crimes of Hitler and Nazi Germany,
horrific.
of course. But they just wanted extermination as quickly as possible was the German policy. Hamas and what happened on October 7th was extermination as slowly as possible to inflict as much pain, which shows you how I've never seen a level of that ever in Jewish history. Even with all kinds of massacres and murders, I don't think there's anything that could compare with the level of savagery and torture that took place. So it really just, it's such a profound statement, and it's such a frightening thing that the mayor's wife saying that he doesn't condemn it. It's frightening. And you know what it says today? We are in the 1930s. This is the new fascism. This is anti-Semitism. For people who grew up after World War II, you may have wondered what you would have done or what it was like. Now you know. You're living in a world that is not very different from the world that Jews lived in the 1930s.
You know, Harley Lippman, head of the Israeli Day Parade, I want to read, I was watching the press conference when Mayor Mandani came out, and it's interesting because Jessica Tisch, the NYPD commissioner, is one of the honorary grand marshals. She said she's going, she's Jewish. And then 2 feet away is Zoran Mamdani, and his direct quote, I'm reading it here, says, "I've made my views clear." It was like defiant. It really shocked me, and there was no gray with him. So what's your message to the mayor?
That we're going to do everything to defeat you the next time. That, you know, it's a shame that you are an anti-Semite. You may deny it and say you're against Israel's policies, you're against Zionism, but there are 23 Arab nations. There are 54 Muslim-dominated nations in the world. Israel makes up a fraction of 1% of the land in that part of the world, in the Arab-Muslim sea of countries, and that you can't accept that the Jewish people have a right to their home, to one little country of their own, is it just speaks to what kind of awful human being you are.
Sounds right to me.
Harley Lippman, thank you so far.
Thanks for listening to Katz and Cosby with John Catsimatidis and Rita Cosby. You can hear Katz and Cosby weekdays at 5. It's the 5 o'clock show on 77 WABC. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?